Thomas has many friends who work on or around his branch line. One of these friends is Terence the tractor. Terence is a crawler tractor who works for Farmer Finney, who farms a lot of the land around Thomas's branch line. Ever since Terence rescued Thomas from a snowdrift, they have remained firm friends, and often talk whenever they are both able to. However, one day, when the two saw each other, Terence wasn't looking his usual cheery self. "Are you alright, Terence? You look worn out." "I am. Farmer Finney is constantly expanding his farm, leaving me struggling to keep up," explained Terence. "You will soon get used to the extra work," replied Thomas. "It's not really the extra work as much. It's mainly I'm getting too old for all this. No other crawler tractor to my knowledge is in active farm service. They've either been scrapped or been restored to take to agriculture shows." Thomas scoffed. "Too old? Pah! I'm a lot older than you and I'm still in service. If you don't mind me saying though, your line hasn't increased in length since you started running it. And when passenger services and goods work increased, more engines were assigned to the line," Terence went on. "Farmer Finney's farm has expanded to 5 times the size it was when I first started working here. I dread to think what would happen if soon all this work does become too much. Probably sold on, I guess, or sent for scrap," Terence said darkly. Thomas shuddered at the thought. Scrap was a prospect no vehicle wanted. "That will never happen to you, Terence," Thomas said, trying to be hopeful, but all the same, he was now quite worried for his friend Terence and what the future had in store for him. Months went by, and the farm work kept on increasing for Terence. The poor old tractor was getting tired. His parts were old, and he was in desperate need of repairs. But Terence kept on going, although however much he tried, he couldn't keep up, and Farmer Finney was starting to lose money due to all the time spent needing to keep Terence working. Poor Terence was very worried for what the future had in store for him. One day, Farmer Finney came to speak to Terence. "Terence, I know you're doing your best, but I think I'm going to need to hire another tractor to help with the deliveries to market. Your engine cannot cope with all this constant use all day every day," Farmer Finney said kindly to Terence. "No, sir, I can manage it," Terence said quickly. He was worried that if Farmer Finney got a new tractor, he would surely be sent away. "Oh, I don't know, Terence. I don't want to put you through that. How about you stay here today and I get in a mechanic to fix you so you are working better to do the deliveries again tomorrow?" "No, I can do this. Please." "If it's what you want, then you can, Terence," Farmer Finney said, although he still wasn't sure that taking Terence out was a good decision. Terence bumped and bounced along the road loudly on his way to the market. Worse still was the line of traffic that built up behind him. "Can you go any faster, Terence?" Bertie said crossly. "Sorry, Bertie, I'll pull over when I get a chance," said Terence. At last, Terence had found a place to pull over. It took ages for the queue of traffic to pass Terence. As they did, a lot of the other vehicles shouted rudely, "You're meant for the fields, not the roads!" "I'm going to be late now." Terence didn't pay much attention, as he had heard it all before. "All right, Terence, time to go again," Farmer Finney said. But when Terence went to move, he couldn't. Blast! It took some time to get Terence working again, and by the time he was on the move, he was really late indeed. He tried to go even faster, but that made things worse. And he eventually broke down yet again, on the middle of a level crossing. "Oh no! Not now, blasted no-good engine of mine!" Farmer Finney rushed to alert a signalman. It was too late. Percy had already been let onto that section of line. Percy saw Terence at the last second. He knew he couldn't stop in time. "Brace yourself, Terence!" Percy called to Terence. Just then, it happened. Percy had hit Terence with a great deal of force, leaving Terence quite badly damaged. "Terence, I am so sorry, I couldn't stop in time." "Oh, it wasn't your fault, Percy. It was mine," Terence said sadly. Later on, Thomas came to clear up the mess. Farmer Finney looked on at Terence with a heavy heart, unsure what to do. "It's going to cost a lot to fix you, Terence." "Don't bother. I am useless now. Please, buy a new tractor." "You need a tractor that can do all the work. I now realise I cannot go on as I have been doing. I just ask, please don't scrap me." Farmer Finney stood, then stared, and then smiled. Terence, you are certainly not useless, and I could never scrap you. But I will admit you need help and need some rest, so here's what we'll do. I'll buy a new tractor to do most of the work. You will be restored and can go into a sort of semi-retirement if you so wish. I can take you to shows and you can help Trevor at the church fetes, Farmer Finney went on. Also, the council have recently asked to hire you to help back at Henry's Forest. The work would be manageable with plenty of chance for rests in between work. You can do as much or as little work as you like. What do you say, Terence? I think that would be ideal for me, sir. I would like to still be useful. Terence beamed. We'll miss seeing you working around the branch line, Terence. Oh, I'm sure we'll still see each other often. Remember, I'll always be here to pull you out of a snowdrift. And Thomas and Terence laughed. It's been fun, all our adventures together. But I think it's time to move on. I cannot go on as I have. I look forward to this new chapter of my life, wherever it takes me.